My day is suddenly much improved. How about that?
Today on Starfield Essentials, your weekly Starfield news report. In our first segment, Cool It Down. Another loading screen improvement. Starfield loves new Nvidia drivers. Creation kit updated. Todd Howard joins my crew. Fun new hydroponic Habs. In our second segment, Build Easy with Argos Extractors Creation. Sweet new apparel, armor, and weapons. Starfield is a cozy game. The Cursed Rover. Disapproving Rev-8. Highly experimental Starfield Save Cleaner. And Starfield Backpack arrives. My name is Richard. Let's get started. Cool It Down. Starfield's algorithm for showing random locations is not great. To this day, players continue to see a handful of the same POIs repeated every time they land on a planet or moon. This is a real shame. As you can see it in this list from Inara, there are over 100 random POIs in Starfield. I highly recommend supporting Inara, by the way. Thanks to modder Paul Brock, we have a way to improve this situation. His mod is called POI Cooldown. This new version is a rewrite of his original, and is now widely available. POI Cooldown is available on Creations and Nexus Mods. Paul selected 32 POI types and 34 cave types, and added the ability to see them less often. Players control this with a cooldown menu item in game settings. A cooldown is the period in game that elapses between sightings of the POI. There are 4 options. Vanilla is 2 days. No wonder we see the same POIs all the time. Improved is 10 days. Looters is 50 days. This is the setting I'm trying. Extreme is 999 days. This is effectively once per game or new game. I will probably test this on a new character. My informal testing shows that I am seeing more variety in POIs thanks to this mod. It appears there is a conflict, however, between POI Cooldown and the POI Variations mod by Platinum Poster. However, players using both mods have been asking each developer to see if there is a way for these two mods to work together. For the moment, I am playing only with POI Cooldown. I hope there is a way for this mod and POI Variations to ultimately coexist. Thank you, Paul Brock, for this awesome contribution to improving Starfield gameplay. Next, another loading screen improvement. Modder Laurent Kiar added some excellent new features to their Starfield Engine Fixes mod. Because it relies on specially developed Windows dynamic linked libraries, Starfield Engine Fixes is only available for PC on Nexus Mods. Laurent Kiar added new loading screen reduction options. When you enable these options in the Starfield Engine Fixes INI file, you can now instantly fast travel from one location to another, so long as the new location is within the currently loaded area. This usually means a distance of 250 meters or less. As you can see in the video, I am able to instantly jump from one location in Aquila City to another. This works either from the hand scanner or the surface map. I also enabled the option to tell me when a target is a distant location outside the 250 meter limit. Thank you, Laurent Kiar, for this subtle yet significant upgrade. Speaking of thank yous, I'd like to show my appreciation for all the subscribers to this channel. We're approaching 4,000, which is amazing! More than half of you watch these videos every week, but are not yet subscribed. Do something you know Sarah Morgan will like. Subscribe to the channel. Help YouTube learn that there is positive and honest Starfield content available for all who enjoy the game. Thank you especially to our channel members. There are 14 of you as of the recording of this video! Remember, I put everything I get from YouTube back into this channel and Starfield, whether it's a hard drive for capturing game footage or the latest paid creation. Click the join button on the channel page to learn, and I emphasize learn, more about our current membership options. Next, Starfield loves new Nvidia drivers. If you play with an AMD or Intel graphics card, please feel free to skip to the next chapter. Those of you with Nvidia GPUs probably know this was a big week for Team Green. I did some testing with the new Nvidia 572.16 drivers for Windows and the new Nvidia app, version 11.0.2.312. The new app allows players to use the latest available DLSS DLLs without having to use a third-party program or configuration. I didn't have to use Nvidia Profile Inspector or DLSS tweaks on Windows to run these benchmarks. I tested the original DLSS version 3.5 DLLs with preset C versus the new 310.2.1 DLSS DLLs with preset K. The first two graphs show the results of settings with frame generation disabled. The second two show results for settings with frame generation enabled. Looking only at FPS for the settings I play regularly, DLSS quality with frame gen on, the new DLLs raised my FPS from an average of 96.6 to 105.2. Some people think that the balanced preset K settings look as good as the quality preset C settings. If you accept that, then my FPS rises from 96.6 to 116.6. Those are 9% and 21% FPS gains respectively. For my general view while testing, the Ultra Performance versions had visual problems due to upscaling 1280 by 720p to 3840 by 2160p. The low FPS of the DLAA settings, especially without frame gen, 51.1 FPS, also keeps me away from those settings, although the quality is the best possible. If you want information on how to replace Starfield's DLSS DLLs on Linux, I will include a link in the description to a post I wrote about this. It talks about preset J, but you can make it work to enable preset K. Let me know if the new DLLs are working for you in Starfield. Next, Creation Kit updated. This past week, Bethesda updated the Creation Kit. The update did not add new capabilities to the game or kit. Instead, it added reference files for use by modders. Modder Deshawn, whose videos you should check out if you want to learn how to mod weapons and clothing, took this one step further. He released an official Starfield Mesh Reference Blender Templates mod, which is available on Nexus Mods. Deshawn told me that these files are an export of the original updates into Blender format. The original files require 3ds Max, a modeling program by Autodesk. As you can see, 3ds Max is expensive, whereas Blender is free and open source. I've linked to Deshawn's video about this in the description. Thank you, Bethesda and Deshawn. Next, Todd Howard joins my crew. Look who I found walking around Aquila City.
Okay. Hello.
It's Mr. Todd Howard himself. This is the result of running the excellent Souls of City mod by Laurent Kiar. I will have to make sure Mr. Howard is set as an essential NPC.
Okay.
I shudder to think what calamity might befall my character if a Terramorph got its claws on Mr. Howard. Next, fun new hydroponic Habs. Otter Black Shadow added several excellent new ship modules to the game. Hope Tech Hydroponics Habs are available on Creations and Nexus Mods. I know there are tons of cool ship mods out there, but this one caught my attention because they let you farm food on your ship. They also have a lot of transparent walls, which let you see outside your ship. You can control the lighting in each hab, which is a helpful way to show where you are in the ship. My only concern is that once you start farming vegetables, you have to turn off the harvest options to stop the farming process. Even if you sell the ship, the game keeps farming in the background. Still, this is a neat free mod that you might want to check out. Next, build easy with Argos Extractors Creation. Here's a new creation for those of you who prefer building on the ground. It's called Modular Outposts, Argos Extractors by Miss O Plays. It's available on Creations for 500 credits, and it is achievement friendly. This brief news item doesn't do this creation justice. I recommend watching the walkthrough by Miss O Plays on YouTube. I linked it in the description. What I like most about this creation is that you can very easily build a cool outpost with a ton of features. The interiors are thoughtful and functional, with lots of hidden capabilities. I recommend watching the walkthrough to understand where all the special workbenches and such are located. The outpost also provides its own provisioner, so you can sell loot locally. Great work, Miss O Plays. Next, sweet new apparel, armor, and weapons. Since we've talked about ship parts and outposts, it's probably worth mentioning some upgrades for your player characters. This week I tried the KZ Tachyonic Core Arsenal by CryoZet. It's only available on Nexus Mods. This mod adds, shall we say, very distinctive looking outfits to Starfield. Usually I equip characters with either the vanilla Pirate Captain or First Officer uniforms, or the Smuggler Veteran mod outfits. I wanted to try these tachyonic outfits because the modder has a ton of content and this was a standalone package of gear. Let me know what you think of it. Next, Starfield is a cozy game? I watched a great video by, forgive me, I'm left-handed, titled, Is Starfield a Cozy Game? I've linked it in the description. I didn't even know what a cozy game was until last year. When I started learning about game development, YouTube suggested an indie developer called Cozy Cat Games based in Canada. When I watched their videos, it occurred to me that there were aspects of Starfield that were, well, cozy, especially with respect to how I played the game. I've probably spent less than 200 of my hours on narrative play, and over 1,000 hours on everything else. These two diagrams by, forgive me, I'm left-handed, show how Starfield is indeed cozy. I personally don't think combat is especially cozy, given how stressful it can sometimes be. But shipbuilding, outpost construction, manufacturing, research, weapon and gear upgrades, surveying, etc., definitely cozy. This could be another reason the game resonates so well with some people, and other people considering it boring and empty. As mentioned in this great video, watching a sunrise or sunset on an alien world can be the very experience some players so desperately want. Next, the cursed rover, Disapproving Rev-8. Now, from cozy to cursed. You know, people are watching your videos when you get suggestions to check out other content. Redditor U Gunsling Harado pointed me to a somewhat disturbing video that I had to investigate. It turns out it's the result of using the Disapproving Rev-8 mod. It's available on Nexus Mods. Oh dear lord, what have I gotten into? Oh, when I fired up this mod, I was playing, and my wife walked into the room, and she knows all about Starfield, obviously, but she gave me a very weird look, like, what are you doing in this game? So let's take the Sarah Rev-8 out for a drive. Watch out there. Who's that? Astrid getting in the way? Yeah, get out of the way, Astrid. Let's see how this thing performs. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I played for this way too long, so I'm not going to play all of the footage, but if you want to try this out, you could just add it at the ship technician, and you can take Sarah for a drive. I also believe the Adoring Fan is an option, and then there's a couple of others that have to do with changing the way the wheels look, but you really can't get beyond, or you really can't get any better than driving Sarah herself around. Thank you, Redditor U Gunsling Harado, for pointing me towards this somewhat disturbing video. This is what it looks like on the inside. I'm not sure if those are Sarah's nostrils, maybe that we're looking at, but there you go. Next. Yeah, why not? Let's leave this going and do the last story. Next. Highly experimental Starfield save cleaner. 2 late-breaking items. The first is that Laurent Kiar, who I've mentioned quite a few times today, released another component of the Starfield Engine Fixes. This is a tool to clean Starfield saves. It's intended for use by players who do not want to go through the Unity and who are suffering other aspects of save bloat, like stuttering. It's on Nexus Mods, as it is a component of Starfield Engine Fixes. Get up, Sarah. It's all right. You can do it. When you play Starfield, Creation Engine 2 is basically tracking everything you interact with. If you drop a piece of contraband on Venus, you can return and find it there waiting for you. All of this requires the game to track an enormous amount of state. That is why this game has trouble with RAM-constrained platforms like the Xbox Series S and even the X. To be honest, I'm surprised it works as well as it does. I will probably give this save cleaner a try just to see how it works and what effect it has on a test character. Let me know in a comment if you try it too. Wow, look at that. Sarah is taking on an Ashta. And finally, Starfield Backpack arrives. For the last 2 years, my small tech company has given employees the chance to get a customizable item as a holiday gift. The general idea is that you should choose company colors and show your pride in the organization. Well, you know, if I have a chance to choose colors, they will be Starfield themed. In 2023, I designed the custom Air Force One sneakers you see here. They don't actually fit because they didn't have a wide foot option, so I display them on my wall. In 2024, we had a chance to customize a backpack, and here it is. I think it came out pretty well. I like the gold piping on the sides and how I place the orange, blue, and red. What do you think? Let me know about your Starfield swag in a comment. And by the way, if I didn't make this clear, this isn't the video that was shared with me. That was like 10 seconds long. This is all of my own original footage, as you can see my character there. So, what have you been doing in Starfield? Your insights make this channel a place for positive and honest discussion of this game. In addition to videos, I also post to the community tab for this channel on a daily basis. If you subscribe, you will see these posts in your YouTube feed. Also, check out our membership options. If you made it to this part of the video, I guess you can't stand on Sarah's head. That's too bad. If you made it to this part of the video, keeping with the Cool It Down theme, please leave a comment with the phrase, "Iceman was right." Also, remember to ring the bell icon and select all notifications. Check out my other videos if you want to learn how to keep your ship by building it in the creation kit, or my thoughts on the game's 1-year anniversary. Look at Sarah taking on a Mossnath. Oh my goodness. My name is Richard, and I will see you in the Starfield.